Hi everyone, this is Mary from the European Pain Federation EFIC. Today I'm joined by 3 representatives from the IMI-PainCare Research Consortium to discuss one of the sub-projects called PROMPT. So Esther, Hiltrud and Winfried, thank you for agreeing to be interviewed. And could you start us off by introducing yourselves, please? So maybe Esther, you can go first.
Yes, so thank you, Mary. My name is Esther Pogatzky-Zahn. I'm an anesthesiologist and a pain specialist, as well as a pain researcher. I'm based in Germany, Münster, in a university hospital where I'm leading the pain service in the clinic and the pain research center as well.
Thanks. And Hiltrud?
Yes, good morning, everybody. My name is Hiltrud Liedgens. I'm HEOR lead at Grünenthal GmbH, which is a mid-sized pharmaceutical company in Aachen, in Germany. And in the IMI-PainCare project, I'm work package lead of the I'm sub-project lead of the sub-project PROMPT and work package lead of work package 2.
Great. And Winfried?
Yeah, I'm Winfried Meissner. I'm anesthesiologist by training, and I work clinically and scientifically in Jena University Hospital. And together with Hiltrud, we are the leads of the sub-project PROMPT, and I'm involved in different sub-tasks of this sub-project.
Great. So Esther, can you start us by briefly telling us about the PROMPT project?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm lead of work package 2, but PROMPT has 3 work packages, and I would like to introduce you to the main global idea of the PROMPT sub-project. So we all know that pain management is still difficult, and besides suffering of the patients, it can lead to strong medication needs, long-term opioid requirements, and additional aspects. So we need better treatments, but our understanding of what makes a treatment successful is not that good at the moment. So the way currently we are measuring pain and successful treatment options varies between studies. So, for example, comparability of studies related to a very similar approach like post-surgical pain is often very heterogeneous. So it's not comparable, and we cannot really say what's the best treatment options. So until there's no agreement on what is important to the patient, in fact, is not defined yet as well either. It is difficult to decide what pain treatment is successful. And here, PROMPT comes into place. What we want, and the main objective of PROMPT is, we would like to reach consensus on a minimum, we call it core outcome set of pain measures at the end for certain pain aspects, like acute pain, acute post-surgical pain, or chronic neuropathic pain, of course, separately for each condition. So the process here is very standardized and has several steps, and some of these steps have been approached already. Some of the steps are still in progress.
Okay, great. And Hiltrud, how may PROMPT help clinicians and patients with pain in the future, do you think?
Yeah, we hope that we took the right approach in asking all stakeholders who are involved in the treatment of pain, and also the patients themselves, in a first step, which is called Delphi panel. And in this Delphi panel, we identified the domains, which Esther already mentioned. That means the areas which are important for patients, like pain relief or sleep or others, self-efficacy, adverse events. And based on these domains, we identified tools, which are mainly questionnaires, which are asked to patients. These questionnaires are called patient-reported outcomes, or PROMPTs. That's why the name PROMPT for the subtopic. And we currently testing these prompts in a clinical study in the real world setting, where we want to identify which treatment leads to a better treatment success using these questionnaires. And we hope that we will find differences based on the different treatment options. And at the end, these results will be disseminated, and we hope that physicians, clinicians in hospitals and also in real-world setting will use these tools at the end when they are recommended and agreed by the scientific community, so that at the end patients will be measured, or pain relief will be measured, but not only pain relief, treatment success will be measured by these tools, so that the physicians can has a better control of what the outcome of his treatment is, and at the end patients will have better pain relief.
Great. And Winfried, what are the next steps in the prompt work?
Yeah, there are a couple of next activities. One large next step will be the final analysis of data of a large prospective study inside this sub-project, where we have followed up almost 4,000 patients after surgery by questionnaires up to several months after surgery. This part of the study will be finalized soon, and then data analysis will start specifically in the work packages 2 and 3. And some outcomes from this data analysis will help us to better understand which patient develops chronic pain. So for example, one aim is to develop a type of score or predictive score for chronic postoperative pain and also for acute postoperative pain. And the data, the prompts which are used in this prospective study will also used for those tasks which were just described by Esther and Hiltrud. One interesting project is that we gave some of these patients, some 100 patients, activity tracker for 2 weeks after surgery. So a device which recorded every step, every physical activity, and these data will be analyzed as well and compared to the patient-reported outcomes. And in the work package 4, which deals with chronic pain, data will be analyzed from existing historic RCTs. And again, in this work package 4, similar to the 2 other work packages, the group will develop or identify, hopefully, patient-reported outcomes which will better predict success of treatments than the existing ones which we use currently.
Great, thanks Winfried. So finally, the last question. So this is for all 3 of you to answer. It's probably the hardest question. So in one sentence, what would you like future researchers to say about the impact of your work? So we'll start with you, Esther.
Yes, so I think the best would be, in my perspective, that we at the end have a common set of outcomes, and everybody doing Cochrane analysis and using them for guiding treatment options can say, fantastic, now we have an approach where we can conglomerate all the studies much better, and this helps us to guide treatment and in fact patient-related outcome much better than before. Great.
And Hiltrud, your one sentence?
Yeah, I hope that researchers at the end will say that these patient-reported outcome measures were well defined, and so they will recommend use in clinical practice and in hospitals, and at the end that patients by this tracking will have better pain relief.
Great. And finally, Winfried?
Yeah, I would like to focus on the patient's perspective, and I hope that in the future patients will say, now I'm better able to communicate about my pain with my healthcare providers, and they understand me better than before. This is my vision of one of the outcomes of our project.
Brilliant. Okay, that was great. Thank you all again for the interview and for telling us about the PROMPT project, and best of luck with the next steps.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thanks.